Should I call another case? Or, I mean, I don't want to stifle you, but I feel like call another cases while you're chatting. Like Bellisario, I know we have a DA for that one.
Yeah, Your Honor, if we could trail this.
Okay, that's fine. Let's call Bellisario.
Thank you.
C362446, State of Nevada versus Bradley Bellisario.
Good morning. Oh, there he is.
Morning, Your Honor. Dan Jenkins on behalf of Mr. Bellisario.
Colleen Baharav for the state.
Alright, Mr. Bellisario, you are represented by counsel. This is a fugitive motion. You're not supposed to be filing motions and
I asked him to do it. He said he wouldn't.
Your Honor, he can file a motion to dismiss counsel.
Sorry?
Yeah, I thought it was a motion to dismiss counsel.
Well, it's a motion for substitution. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't.
Whatever it's called. I mean, that's what I don't know what it is. He told me he wouldn't do it, so I had to try and look up what it was. There's no form to fill out for it. So it's to replace the public defender with a different.
Your Honor, he asked me to file a motion to withdraw. I refused and told him that he could file a motion to dismiss counsel if he felt that was appropriate. He told me that he was going to be filing that motion and didn't want to participate with me further. If Your Honor would like, we could have a young hearing, but that would need to happen outside the presence of the district attorney.
Well, it would, but I mean, if the issue is that you haven't met yet, I don't see how there's a breakdown in communication.
Well, we communicated well, and that's why we potentially get into the attorney-client communication and wouldn't necessarily be appropriate.
I'm inclined to deny it unless you think that we should do a young hearing.
I believe that's what Mr. Bellisario wants.
Okay, well, we can do this. We can set it up for a young hearing. We can just.
Or we can trail it till the end.
I was gonna say, I assume you don't have prelims as Mr. Ramsey does, so we can trail it to the end. Is that okay?
I prefer if we set out for a different date. There's things I would ask him before that.
No, we could do. I mean, you put your motion on calendar today, so we're gonna entertain it today.
Okay, well, no, I mean, you didn't want to in the first place.
Well, I don't, but I mean, if Mr. Jenkins thinks that we should probably do a young hearing, then we'll do a young hearing.
Well, because the other thing was I was asking him to disqualify you, so if there was going to be an issue with that, I would like to do that before you have the ability to do that. So.
Well, why don't we address the firing of the public defender's office, and then if it's we can go from there. I don't know what the basis to disqualify me, but we're not going to get into that one at this point.
All right. Well, there's multiple, so we can do that hearing later.
Do you need me here for that?
Not for the young hearing now.
You want me to be on call in case I have to come back?
Sure.
Okay, so
Can you approach real quick?
yes. Seven.
Sure.
Thank you.
C364468, State of Nevada versus.
Alex here with an update. If you've been watching the State of Nevada versus Brad Bellisario series, you will know that this is the second time that this has occurred and that it is perfectly normal when the court needs to conduct one of these young hearings and consider confidential communications that are privileged under attorney-client privilege. The privilege is so powerful that the court actually has to not only clear the courtroom of observers, but they even clear out the prosecutor. And I took a look at the minutes to try and determine what happened. It is not clear whether or not the motion was granted. It is not clear whether or not the court is going to give Mr. Bellisario a new public defender. So just I guess in this particular situation, due to the lack of clarity, I'm not going to really go any further, and you'll notice whether or not Mr. Bellisario gets a new attorney in this matter when the next video comes out. And based on what I'm looking at in these minutes, it looks like the court is ordering briefing on the question as to whether or not to allow Mr. Bellisario to withdraw his plea, and the court is also sitting a hearing on that particular issue. So whether or not Mr. Bellisario's motion was granted will most likely be determined once we actually get to see the next hearing, and whether or not Dan Jenkins is representing him, or whether it's another public defender, deputy public defender from the public defender's office.